Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the In the Midst of Podcast. Happy 4th of July to you all, whoever celebrates it. I don't know if any Americans listen, but if they do, hope you're enjoying the Euros. With me, I've got Elias and Michael today. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, celebrating
Yes, thanks.
4th of July with a Bud Light and some marijuana, you know?
We don't endorse whatever that word is he said. So, we have just watched the quarterfinal. Well, not just now, but obviously over the course of the last couple of days, just watched the quarterfinals of the Euros. What do you guys think to the quality of games thus far at this point?
I don't know, really.
A mixture.
I enjoyed the group stages, although people really didn't. But yeah,
I think that's more just because football's on all the time when it's the group stages.
Yeah,
It's quantity over quality.
There was some quality in there.
Oh no, I'm saying, I mean on the whole.
Oh,
Like,
right.
It's more the fact that there's loads of football rather than there's good football.
Yeah, no, yeah, there's definitely, yeah, no, I agree. It definitely was a quantity thing. But I do miss the Euros when it's not on, when we have like a couple of days break. I do miss it.
Yeah, definitely.
So
It's upsetting.
it is.
I think the fact with having one game a day, it like builds up the excitement for that game. So when we've been watching these quarterfinals, especially the Wales game, there was a lot of emotion involved. My granddad lived in Wales for a couple of years, so I'm taking that.
My cousins live in Wales right now,
I've never been
so
to Wales, so that's...
yeah, I don't
But you're
want to.
neutral, so you can take Wales as your. So here we go. We're all supporting Wales.
No,
Go,
no,
yes, we're
I'm
better
not
than everyone.
supporting Wales. No,
Why not?
I'm supporting Germany.
Why?
I'm literally sat here in a Schalke home top.
Why aren't you
So-
supporting Wales, Elias? What's your excuse?
My excuse is that...
They knocked out your babies.
What?
We'll get onto that in a second.
No comment.
Oh, Belgium.
Oh, well, okay, we're going to trump Elias here because he needs to comment because we're going to talk about Wales versus Belgium. Elias, what did you think of the game? Interesting. Michael, any thoughts on the phenomenal win by Wales, it has to be said?
Yeah, and how long is it going to go on for? Like when?
Semi-finals.
I think. Do you reckon?
Yeah,
because
Portugal gonna win the whole thing.
oh right, okay, well, we're
That's
back
bullshit.
with your biased.
Is it biased or
I
is
don't
it
know
just
whether
my opinion that is coming to fruition?
No, it's your opinion that's turned to a biased opinion to try and prove yourself
But
right.
I did say in the preview show, I said Wales could get to a semi-final.
Yeah, that is very true.
So am I just very intelligent?
No,
No.
I can see your thought process, but you're not. But
I mean, the facts say otherwise.
But Wales did well to get through, and they deserve to go through. It was the defense. First of all, talk about the lineup. The defensive lineup from Belgium was questionable, at least.
Oh my goodness!
It
It was very, very inexperienced at this.
well,
at the international level.
yeah. So, I think only Alderweireld's played really, hasn't he, at the Euro so far?
Munier's played the
did-
right back. He's played pretty much the whole competition.
Oh right, okay. So,
but obviously,
but still-
he wasn't our pick at the start
Yeah.
when we knew of the problems with company being out.
so
But I
yeah.
thought personally the dreadlock duo at the back there, Denayer and Lukaku, I thought their inexperience shined through, and I thought
Yeah.
they were definitely out of their depth at this point in
It
their
was-
careers. Obviously,
yeah,
they're still
it
both
was-
quite young, I think.
If they were going to turn up at the Euros and get game time, it shouldn't have been at this stage, and against a team like Wales.
To be fair, they had no other choice with Vertonghen being
of
being
course,
injured
but
and possibly going to miss the start of the
they
season.
they should have- they
Vermaelen
should-
obviously suspended.
They should have had an earlier start, I think, to break them into the level of competition and the stage. But like I said, needs must, and Wales took advantage of it. Really,
Yeah, I mean, it didn't start Wales' way, did it?
it was
I
a
mean,
great goal from
what a goal.
Nainggolan. Yeah,
What a goal! He hit that so well.
yeah, he really did.
I was a bit disappointed at the time. I thought perhaps he could have been closed down a bit more by Ramsey, but no, I think you can't really take anything away from that goal.
No, was it?
Nainggolan tipped? He's tipped for a big summer move, I think, isn't he? To like quite a few teams
Ah,
are interested.
Chelsea.
His agents can have a busy summer, as will Robson Canoes. But yeah,
Oh my goodness, that's
But,
ridiculous.
but before that, Wales cleared the ball off the line 3 times before that, didn't
Oh
they?
my God.
In that one,
Yeah.
that little flurry attack.
Yes.
I don't know where that came from, but like you wouldn't have thought.
Well, they've got previous in this competition, of course, with Davies against Slovakia.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't have thought from when Belgium obviously had that opportunity, and then the 9-goal goal, you wouldn't have turned around and gone, Wales are going to win this game 3-1. So
No, I thought
all credit to him.
I thought my prediction was actually going to come in. Like, I thought Belgium were going to actually thrash them off that goal. But they looked like they switched off and Wales just took over the game and just kept the ball like very well. So
yes.
Yeah, I think that's where we can refer to the inexperience maybe of the defence, what playing together, and obviously the individual inexperience in that maybe didn't really know what to do in this situation, because they were, especially on the Wales's right-hand side, they looked really strong. And like Courtois made a couple of good saves, I think, in the first half before Wales equalised, and then obviously Ashley Williams scored.
Yeah. It's the goal almost woke them up, didn't it? Really woke Wales up, and they
realised they were in it
after that. And it was very much what we were talking about in the previous podcast, where it's the whole individuals versus a unit, and obviously Wales have that unit, but Belgium are more a team of individuals, and I think the balance of that showed through the game, and Wales knew what they wanted to do in this game. They wanted to stifle Belgium and hit on the counter attack, and they pretty much did that. But in the first half, they did actually come at Belgium. Obviously, they had to, but Belgium, I don't really know what happened, because, like you said, in the first 50 minutes, almost until the goal, they were all over Wales, and I don't know what.
And they
changed.
Still had chances after that. Yes. I remember Lukaku had that free header, like 6 yards out, that he flicked wide.
Fellaini had a free header in the second half as well.
Yeah, and we were saying, we've been speaking about referring to Lukaku as like a momentum striker, like a form striker, and in the previous game, in the previous podcast, we were saying that this is his opportunity to kick on now, and it was almost like when he missed that opportunity, you could see that it maybe could go downhill from there, because that's the type of opportunity that an informed Lukaku would love.
The Williams goal was poor defending on Belgium.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who was meant to be marking him. I don't know whether it was.
No, that's how bad the defending was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it wasn't even like it was an individual error. It's just non-existent.
One play that was one player I was really like unimpressed with two players in the Belgian squad that really like shown through that they weren't really 100% like into the game was De Bruyne and Denayer. I think both those players were like the Belgium's worst players.
Weak links, yeah.
Because De Bruyne never really got into the game. His corners were awful.
He had a couple of long shots.
Yeah. And he never looked like creating anything. He just lost the ball when he tried to do something, and it just didn't look comfortable. And the same with Denayer. His positioning for the third goal that Wales score is like he has no player to mark. He has no zone to mark. He's just standing in the middle of nowhere. And
that's it. Yeah.
It's just experience.
Perhaps that. Yeah, exactly. It's just that inexperience we were talking about before. But I mean, it shows the difference between Hungary side, who were gutsy and wanted to come out and play, and they had a lot more. Wales don't give up that sort of space that Hazard and De Bruyne can, take advantage of. But I thought a good player on Belgium's part was Courtois. I thought he made some very good saves. Was it the Neil Taylor one where it was just like pulled back, and it was just, that was a phenomenal save. Save of the tournament for me so far.
It's good.
But eventually it came down to Robson Canoe and a lovely individual piece.
That turn is
well, I don't. It's such a great. I don't.
Three players.
I don't want to sound negative. Like, it is such a good turn, but oh my god, the defending! Come on. Like, how at an international level do three players all run past a player for him to turn like that? I know it's a really good turn and he fools everybody by it.
To be fair, I think is it Neil Taylor arriving there? And I think they think because his back's to goal, he's going to lay off Neil Taylor. So they're going, but it's brilliant. He's turned round and he's like, he's just seen that Courtois there. He's like, all right, I'm the scorer. It was a fantastic turn. Really, really good. And then an unfortunate yellow card for Aaron Ramsey means he's going to miss the semi-final against Portugal. Same with Ben Davies, he's also going to miss it. Two big misses for Wales there in that semi-final.
Yeah.
We'll get to what we think they're going to do against Portugal later. We'll get to the late header, though, by Vokes, and it was a fabulous header.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Is he still at Burnley?
I think so, yeah.
That's good.
I think it's him. It was him and Andre Gray up front, I think, for Burnley next season. So it'll be interesting to see how well he's going to do next season in the Premier League, if he stays, of course. But yeah, it sealed off a fantastic win for Wales. It was brilliant. Michael, did you see the commentary from Robbie Savage?
Oh, I loved it.
Did you see any clips of it, Elias, on Twitter or anything?
No, I haven't seen.
He sounded like I think he was crying at one point.
He loved it.
He was. I think he was crying. There was a lot of voice cracking going on, and I'm happy for Robbie. You're not.
It's definitely a moment. It's definitely a Euros moment. Wales going through in this game.
Yeah,
and well, some of us hope the fairy tale will continue against Portugal.
Yeah.
I mean, due to my predictions, I kind of hope it doesn't, because obviously I want Portugal to win the whole thing. But Portugal versus Poland, another win after 90 minutes for Portugal.
Calling it right.
They're gonna keep scraping their way through this tournament, aren't they? By the skins of their teeth. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Poland struck early with a Lewandowski goal. Sort of everyone sort of thought, oh, this time might be over before it's begun. But Portugal held strong. I think after that goal, Portugal pretty much had the run-in of the game. They kept a lot of possession, I think, and they had a lot of chances. Perhaps probably should have won this in 90 minutes. Do you agree? I think Ronaldo had some good chances, which he fluffed a bit, I think.
Yeah, I think that's like the tale of all Portugal's games so far, though, isn't it? Really, they could have won them in 90 minutes, but they didn't. But I don't think it was by no means a one-sided game at all.
No.
Yeah.
But Portugal definitely had. But so did Poland. Poland definitely had opportunities to win it as well.
I was really impressed by Poland's attacking play. Like the combinations they pull off just outside the box and just inside the box when they get forwards. Their counterattacks were really they were really quick, and they were very creative in the way they played. Especially with the left wing with Grosicki and what's it called there, Lewandowski and Milik. They really turned up that game, and I think Lewandowski he made his impression on this Euros just by that game, because he really showed how great of a striker he was.
I mean, tell me if you disagree, but I thought Poland weren't as threatening going forward as Portugal. I don't know if you agree with that or not.
I don't know, because we're still Portugal's goal was like a deflected shot from like 30 yards out or 25 yards out. So, but I don't know. I think the game was a lot more even than you're making out.
Yeah, I kind of disagree, because Poland, for me, looked more dangerous going forward than Portugal, because they actually got into the box and got in really good positions. They just didn't finish off Portugal, and I think they really should have won that game. But Portugal, like every single game they've played in this Euros, they don't really look that threatening when they get forward.
But they're getting results.
They're getting
results. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm not enjoying watching Portugal.
This is the thing, though. Obviously, there are people who dislike Ronaldo. There are people who are going to dislike this Portugal team, and that's kind of like they're going to win it just to stick two fingers up to all those people. I can just see that. I can just really see that happening, like the Greece of 2004 that they were kind of wrecked by back then. But an interesting bit of news coming through on Sky Sports News. Pepe is actually a doubt for that game now, and they've given a couple of stats for the Euros as well. 25 clearances, 35 duels won, 3 blocks, 298 passes, and 384 touches. These are all the best stats from anyone else in the Portugal squad. He's got the highest amount of all those stats for anyone in the Portugal squad. Sorry, those stats are by Opta, not by Sky Sports. But he's going to be a huge miss for them.
Yeah,
because he has probably been their best player.
If even if you hate the guy, it's very easy to hate Pepe, but you can't deny he's a brilliant defender. He's solid.
But the part that people hate him for is very much a part of why he's so good.
Yeah,
because he's such a threatening defender and such a presence that the stats don't lie. He's not just an aggressive defender; he is a brilliant defender as well. So.
The pundits, I don't know whether it was on BBC or ITV, I think it was BBC, but the pundits pretty much summed it up. They said, he's had a fantastic game today, and he hasn't done it with any of that rolling around or them theatrics that he's so well known for. It's surprising he has that in his game, but I suppose if you're playing in Spain, sorry to be, played to stereotypes, but you kind of have to be a bit like that, and because that's just the way the game is played in that league, it seems. But I don't know. But yeah, but he is a phenomenal defender, and no one could doubt that. And his performances for Portugal in this thing have been pretty phenomenal. Renato Sanchez's goal then, very nice.
Yeah,
deflected.
It took a deflection. It was deflected.
Big deflection.
I don't think it was
Yeah,
big,
it
because
wasn't
I
big.
think that's
It
the
changed
way
it from
the
going
ball-
from one side of the goal
Because I
to
think
the
the way
other.
the ball was swerving, I think it was going to end up pretty much in the same position anyway.
I don't know.
But yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean. You can't really take a deflection for granted. But it was a good goal. I think he beat a couple of players, didn't he, in the build-up? And
Yeah, and at,
Smashed it.
you think he had the most touches on the pitch as well, which is got man of the match. So maybe could be the man for Portugal to change their tournament and actually start winning them games.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with whatever. I can't remember Portugal's manager's name or trainer's name. But anyways, when he put him out wide, I was really disappointed why he did that, because he completely went out of the game. He looked uninterested to do anything, because of course if you're playing in a role that you're not very comfortable with, you will get out of the game if you don't have the momentum. But he looked so much better when he was in the middle, and just looked like threatening so much more.
He's really confident on the ball as well, which is good, because I think they're missing that in Ronaldo a little bit. I think a lot of the, well, in that game, especially in the Poland game, a lot of it was almost trying to target Ronaldo. There was one where the ball came over the top and he miskicked it. Another one where the ball came across the box and he miskicked it again, or completely missed the ball. Ronaldo's they're trying to work Ronaldo into the space rather than Ronaldo trying to work himself into the space. I think it's good that Sanchez is looking comfortable on the ball and can be creative for Portugal. And if Ronaldo can finally get going, then Portugal, like you said, Phil, they could still go out and win this tournament. And Renato Sanchez probably will be a big part of it.
Like you say, he's comfortable on the ball. He had the highest pass success rate of the Portugal team in that game, 93% success rate. And I think he's very much the... when he plays in the middle, he's very much the focal point of... he dictates the tempo of the game with his runs and his engine and his ability, pretty much. But like you say, when he was played out wide, it did sort of nullify how good he was. But I thought the interesting thing with Portuguese side is that although as much as they want to get Ronaldo in the game, I think they're not afraid to not use him, if that makes sense. Obviously, with Renato Sanchez's goal, it shows that there is enough individuality in that team that isn't Ronaldo to create and score goals. So I don't think what we said before, I think Michael, you especially used the word one-man team with Portugal. I don't think they're as much of a one-man team as perhaps was first thought, and they are creating chances without Ronaldo, especially Nani as well, who I think's been quite good this tournament.
It's like only Luis Figo has more assists for Portugal at the Euros now than Nani, so obviously he's still supplying very well.
And I think he's got interest from Valencia, is it? He's coming back
Valencia,
to
Stoke.
the big leagues. Well,
Mark Hughes, a big fan
could
of
there be two bigger opposites in location than
I love
Stoke.
Stoke. I love Stoke's transfer policy. It's just
it is. It's just made a U-turn in the last 3 years.
It's so weird. It's gone from Glenn Whelan and Rory Delap style of play to Shaqiri.
I feel like the transfers they have very much reflect Mark Hughes as a person.
What
Go on, you're gonna have to back that up.
Well, he's very much like, oh, I bet he's the sort of guy who regrets everything he did the previous day.
I was about to say,
so he tries to rectify it by doing something today. You know what I mean? So he's oh, that milk went out of date yesterday. Oh, I'll be ashamed if that's wasted. And he pours it all over his cornflakes. You know what I mean? He'll take the sour taste, but in his heart he knows. But he's got another pint of milk sitting there, which goes out of date tomorrow. He could have had that, but no. Mark Hughes.
Yeah.
Mistakes all over. I bet he has blue top milk.
Move on, please.
He used to play for Chelsea.
I don't even know what the difference is between blue. Is blue the full fat
milk?
Right,
blue isn't full fat milk. The gold top is the full fat milk.
Right.
Blue is I think it's
I get green.
I think red is under 1%. Green is semi-skim, so I think it's between 1 and 2%, and blue I think is 4% fat.
That is the exact opposite of what it is in Sweden.
What? Of course it would be. It's England.
So that's a traveling tip for
go.
If you go to Sweden. The red milk is actually over 4%, and the green milk is 2%, and the blue milk is under 1, I think. So yeah.
Next thing you know, you'll be telling us that you're driving the right side of the road and you're in the EU, for goodness sake. Right. Portugal versus Wales, then. We got predictions for that big semi-final?
I think Wales are going to win. I was very impressed by them when they played Belgium, although Belgium didn't really impress in their game. But like I haven't seen Portugal at the best yet, so I'm not sure. But if Wales play like they did against Belgium, then definitely going to win the game. I'm not going to say any scores because I don't want to be wrong.
I've heard a lot of people pretty much just counting Portugal out, and I think that's very dangerous. I think you're right to give them some credit.
I think counting either team out is dangerous at this stage. Like,
I think most people are actually getting on that Wales bandwagon now and actually predicting them to win this game.
After that,
personally,
Iceland.
I think Portugal will have too much, especially with Ramsey and Ben Davies missing. I think they're two big misses for them. But I think they're huge because that means that Wales will probably start James Collins at the back. So I don't know about that.
James Collins, brilliant.
They'll probably play Andy King as well. But yeah, what do you think, Michael?
I think like Elias said, it's when are Portugal going to play at their best, and I think that with all my predictions in the back of my mind, I've always got that Portugal could suddenly turn up at their best. I hope Wales win it. I actually think it'll be a high scoring game, I genuinely do. But I think with the players missing that Wales have and Pepe missing for Portugal, I think.
Well, Pepe's a doubt. He's not guaranteed.
Oh, I doubt then. But if he isn't playing, I think it'll be a relatively high scoring game. I think it could be like a 2-2 and then go to extra time or whatever. Especially because if Aaron Ramsey's missing, like players like Renato Sanchez, if he plays down the middle, he's gonna have maybe a lot more room than he'd maybe expect.
A player. I don't know if this was where you're playing. A player we forgot to mention is missing also is William Carvalho, who was also suspended as well.
Yeah.
For Portugal.
So
I
think Portugal will go through because I think I'm not fully on the Wales bandwagon. I hope they go through, but I think it'll be a Portugal like extra time or penalties again. I really do. I think it'll be a close game though. I think it'll be a really good game.
I would love to back Wales, but unfortunately my predictions mean that I have to go with Portugal, and I'm so wishing they didn't play them because I love Wales. I've watched them a lot through qualifying. I've watched them up to this tournament, and I'm honestly not surprised of how well they've done. Honestly, Wales getting to this semi-final, but I think Portugal maybe that one step too far. Maybe the fact that Portugal are willing to not so much dirty tactics, but are willing to sort of put the foot in and do that ugly football stuff to get through this game. And I think we'll probably see them. What? I think we'll see them triumph just because
deep football analysis.
Yeah.
No, but like you know what I mean. Like Belgium very much want to go and play attacking football. England, and the teams in the group. I think we'll see Portugal be a lot stronger and probably the strongest opposition Wales have played so far. And I don't actually agree, Michael. I don't actually think it's going to be a high-scoring game at all. I think this could be a 1-0, possibly 2-1 to Portugal, or 1-1 and go to a penalty shootout. But I think I'm hoping Portugal go through because all my money's pretty much on them at this point of the tournament. So hopefully they go through. But
we do not endorse betting.
We do not endorse betting at all. Don't do it. It's bad.
Yep.
So who do you want to go with first? We've got the next semi-final. We're going to talk about France, Germany. We'll talk about Germany, Italy first. I'll make that decision for you.
Thanks.
The Germans
Zedja.
coming through on penalties yet again. It's very much their forte.
But not in the way we expected.
Not in the fact that they're terrible at penalties, but managed to get through. They missed 3, which I think is the most they've ever missed in a shootout. Maybe I've made that up. Wasn't it something like they haven't missed a penalty since '78 or something? Stat was flown about in a shootout.
82 or something.
Yeah, I saw that stat. I didn't really understand it. But is that in Euros?
21 consecutive international penalties or something like that. I'm guessing that's only in shootouts, given that Ozil was obviously missed a penalty earlier in the tournament. But apparently Germany have not lost a shootout since like the 1800s. I don't know what exact year, but
no. The last shootout they lost was when they lost the final to someone. I can't remember who. Who was it? Was it Czechoslovakia?
Oh yeah, is it 76?
Yeah, I think so.
But basically the 1800s, like so long ago.
So before we go any further into the analysis into this game, do you want to get your digs in at Zaza quickly, or?
I don't know.
Not just Zaza.
No, he didn't get a touch.
No, but Zaza's is phenomenal. The fact that it was his first touch of the ball. And he did that.
It's incredible. It's almost like it's deliberate.
He's got a lot of money on Germany. The same.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember when Van Gaal was at the World Cup? He brought Krul for the penalty shootout. This is like the complete opposite of that.
Yeah, well, Chiellini was injured at the time.
But bring
so
in someone, I don't. It's just, it's mad. It's mad. Wait, I'm just going to quickly look who else they had on the bench and see who would have scored a penalty. Immobile.
Yeah.
He sounds like a goal scorer. Kandravas looks like a
even like El Shaarawy would have done.
Then again, I'd probably say Zaza would score a penalty if he had.
Yeah, if it was in the flip side, yeah.
But it's just the fact that he missed the target.
And the
How
wrong
many saves in this penalty shootout? What was it? I think there was 3 saves.
Neuer saved 2, I think.
Yeah.
I think both on
but
saved.
I do love it how even in the massive stress of the penalty shootout, Joachim Low is still sort of laughing about it. Like it's almost like Germany knew that it was going to still work out for him, even amidst Germany missing all these penalties and whatever. Like they were still really relaxed about it. But Italy threw that away. Like that was their shootout to win.
Yes.
They did have a.
And it wasn't them just missing penalties. It was like throwing it away. I can't find the words to express how much they lost that shootout. Germany didn't win it. Italy lost it through like petulant games, like taking the penalties and whatever mind games they thought they had over Manuel Neuer and themselves. They messed it up. And it was a big opportunity because I don't think it wasn't particularly their game to win it in 90 minutes either. I think Germany, apart from until when Italy scored, they took they took over the game a little bit, but before that, it was Germany's game.
It's amazing that it seems impossible to score past Neuer in open play. It's so crazy. Like if he concedes to France in open play, I think it's generally going to be actually quite a surreal thing because he hasn't conceded a goal yet at this Euros, right? I don't think Poland, Northern Ireland, and no, he hasn't. So, and the fact that this was he's just so good. It's really strange. Like you don't see yourself scoring past him. Like any team, it's really surreal.
What
like,
were you saying about England, like having a -1 handicap? It's like Germany almost have. They're not expected to concede. It's like the other way, not a +1, but just like you wouldn't expect them to concede, which is.
He has got that. He has got that funny thing about him. Obviously, was it against Ukraine? Mustafi almost got that own goal header. Where
where he was just.
And then a couple of times, Neuer looked a bit shaky. He looked like he was going to give the ball away a couple of times. He did some.
But it's Neuer. It's
Neuer.
Neuer. It works out for him. It works out for him so well. Like even if he makes a mistake when he does that, it's still like it breaks for him.
This goes back to my theory that all the best footballers are just really lucky.
Right. Okay. But regardless of that, like in the game, I'm just going through the game in my head, and the more and more I think of it, how Germany could have won that game 3 or 4-0. Like there was I'm trying to think who cleared it off the line. He did like a flying overhead kick.
It was Florenzi, but that wasn't actually going in.
I don't whether it, but still, how impressive was it? We did like a front. It was like almost like Matrix, like to try and get the ball, never mind dodge it.
He had ran past it and then was just
and then just like flipped himself into the air. I was like, so impressive.
I don't think I actually agree with you there. I don't think Germany looked like they could win this game.
Buffon also made an incredible save where he flicked one over the bar as well.
But I don't think this game particularly had goals in it. I think it was actually quite a tight game, and it was a tight game. It was probably going to be the one goal that won it, but obviously Belgium got lucky with that. Italy got a bit lucky with that penalty, and for some reason Boateng,
stupid.
I don't know what he was doing.
It's really strange.
I mean, he's trying to get his arms out of the way because he doesn't want to appear like he's fouled.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's. Do you know when
in such a dramatic and melodramatic way that his arms are so high that if it hits his arms, what can he say? Like, why are his arms there? That's an unnatural position. And another letter of the law, it's a penalty.
I know Elias will know about this, but do you know when David Luiz puts his arms behind his back to not handball? Oh, yeah, Ivanovic
started it.
Yeah, puts his arms behind his back. It's like Boateng's doing the opposite to show that he's not touching the player, and it's worked out the opposite way for him. It's like two ends of the spectrum on it, and it's just.
Well, I don't think Boateng's obviously expecting the ball to come up over. Is it Bonucci's head? I think he was around, but yeah.
It was
Strange.
a
It was
really
strange.
strange position for his arms to be in. And Germany didn't debate it. They knew it was a penalty as soon as it happened.
Mm.
And that allowed it, like, Italy could have. I know you were saying that the game was maybe closer than I was making out. I think after the penalty, the game was closer, and Italy could have gone on to win it. But I think fair result if you look at the 90 minutes, if the shootout was to reflect it.
I agree that when I say a tight game, I don't mean. I think Germany probably had done enough to win it when they went 1-0 up. I just don't think they would have won the game 3 or 4-0 like you said. But I think when they scored, Germany, I didn't see Italy scoring. I was looking at this like, all right, they've played well against teams where they've sat back, hit them on the counter, like against Belgium and Spain, and they've scored that way or with a set piece or whatever. But then I looked and then I couldn't see them scoring, and then there's just this out of nowhere rash decision by Boateng, really almost really cost Germany in this tournament. And they, like you said, Italy had chances in this penalty shootout to put Germany out. And Germany, I think, a couple of times this game they've got very, very lucky.
They did. They definitely did.
But is that just a bump in the road? Is that going to get Germany's back up now, and they're going to really like step it up a gear and just rinse this tournament? Or do you think this is perhaps the real Germany we're seeing? And like I was saying before, they have got defensive frailties. And perhaps they'll get found out against a good attacking team like France.
Knowing Germany, their next performance, well, for me, the final is that semi-final for Germany, because I think if both Wales and Portugal are beatable for Germany, the hardest team to play is France. And I think knowing Germany, they'll come out and put out a really efficient performance and then against France to bounce back from it. Germans don't like chaos and like as much as there's like the stereotype that Germans love like a system and things like that. They work the same way. The national team does work the same way, and they like to control. And I think that's why they'll go out in France and I think they'll boss it. I don't know whether they'll like roll France over, because I think France will be fighting for it. Obviously, it's in France and they'll be well up for the semi-final. But I think Germany will control the game, but it'll still be very tight.
I come in if you disagree with this, Elias. Or you, Michael. I don't actually think this German team is capable of an efficient performance. I'm not 100% sure they are, and I don't think they've got that in their locker. I think they're quite sporadic, actually, and quite almost unpredictable. Like, they keep possession well, but I think there's mistakes in them at the back. The only they've got Neuer, obviously, like we said, pretty much a guaranteed clean sheet almost. But I'm not 100% sure I agree with the fact that they aren't as efficient as they have been in the past. And I think you can look at their players like Ozil, especially, and then I think you've got Kroos as well. Oh, maybe not Kroos. All right, maybe just Ozil's the one I'm picking out here unfairly. But perhaps they've got some players that are a bit more flash than they've had in the past, are a bit more showboaty, and aren't exactly the efficient machine, and aren't perhaps willing to be the cogs in that machine to make Germany.
They haven't got the Miroslav Klose anymore. That pretty much scores in every single game he plays. And like now with Mario Gomez out, I don't know how Germany gonna line up there, because I can't see Götze playing front again. I don't think Löw was very impressed with his performance. So I'm not sure who they're gonna put up there. Give Draxler.
Podolski.
Yeah. Schürrle played strike for Chelsea a few times when he was at Stamford Bridge, but never really impressed. He kind of was immobile, which is really like uncharacteristic of him, because he's a really he's a good runner, ball and good like finisher, but. And I don't know, the only logical thing I would see is put Draxler maybe?
I was going to say put Muller up front, but then he hasn't scored at this Euros yet.
He's not really impressing me at all.
No.
He's not looking very good out wide either, and I don't know, his what's it called? The body language is always a bit goofy, but in that game... I have no idea what he's doing. You know, when I think he gives away a foul in the penalty area. and he like waves his hand around and I don't know, just looking ridiculous. But I don't know what he can do in this tournament, because if he hasn't got, he always scores goals in tournaments, but if he doesn't get going, I don't know.
I'll just start with what you were saying, Phil, about whether this team's capable of putting in an organised performance. When I was obviously breaking down, I said I think Germany could potentially. This is like the worst like team they have for a European or an international tournament they've had in a while. I do somewhat agree with you based on that, but and I think there's also a notable mention that Hummels is also going to be missing for that semi-final. I imagine that they'll just I imagine they'll just slip Mustafi straight in as they did at like the start of the Euros. But still, it'll be a massive miss. And we were talked about even pre-show. Khedira being missing really does like throw a spanner in the works. Whether they take the risk with Julian Weigl, who's unproven internationally, has only had, I think he's only had one season in the Bundesliga after he moved from 1860 Munich. So that'll be a risk to play him. Or they go with Schweinsteiger, who's been out for a long time, but that could shore up Germany's efficiency and bring sort of like an older and more experienced head into the team to maybe encourage that. The striker, I don't know. My gut feeling says I think they'll go with Goetze up front just because Goetze has played there before. And Goetze does actually do okay in big games.
Yeah.
Rather than starting Draxler up front maybe or Schürrle. I don't think they'll use Podolski. But I think Draxler's had a really good tournament, and it'd be a shame if he didn't. If Gomez being injured didn't see him get a permanent spot in the team with Goetze.
I understand they wanted to play very defensive against, well, not very defensive, but be a much stronger unit and defensive.
Well, they changed to a 3 at the back, didn't they? So they did change the way that they were set up.
I think that's harsh. Obviously, they had to drop Draxler.
Yeah.
And I think it was kind of hard done by there when you look at the performances of Muller, especially in this tournament, arguably should play. But then obviously Muller is Muller, and he's a world-class player who can pop up at any moment and win you a game.
But I think with Muller, comparing Muller to Draxler will be on form and do well, but will still miss a big opportunity, whereas Muller cannot play well but won't miss that big opportunity, is the way I see it. And I think that's why Löw goes with Muller over Draxler.
Well, we are getting to that point where those fine margins are very, very important, and Germany will have themselves tested against holders France, who smashed Iceland 5-2. This game was over at half-time, wasn't it, guys? Really?
Yeah, 4-0. It's a big mountain to climb, to say the least. And Iceland fought back, got 2 goals, but of course it wasn't enough.
A big Mont Blanc to climb.
Wow.
I think we've all been impressed by Iceland up to this point, but I think France obviously just that one step too far. And is this the best France we've seen? I actually think probably it is. And if they continue playing like this, there's no team that can really stop them scoring. But Iceland, I think it was mentioned a lot during the game. They seemed very tired. I think that was kind of harsh. I don't think they were particularly tired.
No.
I think it was just sort of outplayed. I think it was harsh on France.
I agree.
That was said. But Iceland are very much happy with their win against England to go home, and they can go home with their heads held high. Definitely, they've had a very good tournament up to that point, and a very good victory by France. So, what do we think of France-Germany then? We got any predictions for this one? Because this is definitely the tie. I'm going to go and say this is the tie of the tournament.
Yeah, probably.
This is the final.
We pretty much all predicted this in the brackets. France-Germany in the semi-final, didn't we?
Yeah, and I'm gonna say either a 2-0 or 2-1 France, because they've impressed me more this tournament than Germany has. But if Germany gets Müller going, and if they actually figure out how they want to play up front, then they can cause some damage. Definitely.
The one thing I'd say about France is obviously they played this game, they smashed Iceland.
Confidence.
Yeah, do they stick with Moussa Sissoko, or do they go back to N'Golo Kante? Because obviously he missed that game.
Yeah,
Titi also played over Rami, but I imagine they'll pretty much go back.
I think Titi did well, but I think they need Abdel Rami's physique to like handle not Neuer, Miller, and the attacking force of Germany. But of course, Umtiti's a bit like he's quicker, definitely quicker than Rami. And if they're not playing Gomez because he's injured, I can see Umtiti playing because he did so well. But what I want to know is the same like as you asked us, but Musa Sissoko didn't really impress me in that game, even though they won 5-2. He wasn't really outstanding player. And
he impressed me in comparison to his Newcastle career.
well, that is very high standards.
Yeah.
So I can see Kante playing.
Yeah, I think Kante has to go back in that team for me. Like, it's the way you can control the midfield so well, and especially against a team like Germany, he has to go back in for me.
Yeah,
personally. But I don't know about Umtiti. Like, I didn't really pay much attention to the game, not gonna lie, so I don't really know how well he played.
Well, they had 100% passing accuracy. Was 78 passes, I think, which is something. And he also looked pretty comfortable. Like none of the goals were his fault, which is always a plus. And French centre backs tend to make goals their mistakes.
As Koscielny did for Birmingham City in the Carling Cup final. Sorry, I thought
that was like 8 years ago, wasn't it?
Koscielny against
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many years ago it was. It happened.
Koscielny against Chelsea when he tripped Hazard. He went through 5 players. I
still remember an interview with an Arsenal fan after that game, and he was talking about it. He was like, "Oh, I can't believe Szczesny and Koscielny. So I don't even like him. I can't remember his name." It's like now he's like the fixture centre back. I love it. Brilliant.
I cried that day. First time I think I cried at a football match. Actually, no, but regardless, carry on.
Obafemi Martins couldn't believe his luck. I still remember how individual he thought his performance was. He thought he'd individually won them the cup. He was like, I did it for them.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a hero. He's a Birmingham City hero.
I'm sure his grandchildren are so proud. So where were we on the old predictions then?
To diverge. Yeah.
I think we're on the verge of talking about Arsenal's new striker signing. I am gonna get up his first name first.
I did see it quite funny on Twitter. Do you know when people do those things where it's like you start off with one word and it breaks down the letters and then it continues to do another word?
Yeah,
you start off with Kareem Benzema. You start off with Kareem Benzema and got the konnichiwa. I am Takuma Asano and welcome to Arsenal TV, which I found quite funny.
The best one I saw was Arsene Wenger managed in Japan 21 years ago. Now he signs a 21-year-old Japanese player. Coincidence? I think not. Fantastic. So who's winning out of France and Germany?
I can't remember who's in France. What. I'm going with Germany.
What? Okay.
Yeah. So Michael's gone for Germany.
France.
I've gone for. I'll go for a draw. Full set.
No.
Okay. I know. I probably think on the. I want Germany to win. No, I don't want Germany to win.
Because you're English.
To win. But I think France will probably do it. I think that performance against Iceland was very good, and I'm not 100% sure on Germany's defence, so I think France will probably sneak their way past them. Amazing podcast, guys. And you know how we end our podcasts, don't you?
No,
no,
I can't remember.
Too sure, actually.
Oh well.
Actually, is it 3-3? Is it 3-3? If so,
it's
I do remember. It's with the game. It's with the game.
3-3. It's Michael and Elias are 3-3, and we're gonna have a forfeit, guys, for whoever loses this over the Euros. So stay tuned on Twitter for that, and we'll tell you more about that when we've sorted out the details and where it will be held. But there will be a forfeit for the loser.
At In the Mixer Show.
At In the Mixer Show, the Twitter. Thank you, Michael, for that.
Right.
Brilliant endorsement. So it's 3-3. We've got. Are we going to have two more shows after this one for the Euros? So someone will win. It's mathematically impossible for someone not to win.
Yeah.
Unless we have a draw, which is possible. So it is possible. But
hang on. If we draw, do we both have to do the forfeit, or is there a tiebreaker?
If you draw, I'll do the forfeit.
Michael, let's plan this.
We can fix this brilliantly.
It's mathematically impossible.
It's not.
It is because I have a tiebreaker for every week.
What?
No, there's 3 weeks. There's this show, semi-final show, and the final show.
So You said there was. Oh, God.
We need to do a review of the whole Euros.
That'll be the final show.
No.
Or I just won't do a game.
Oh, okay. Right, okay.
So your game this week is called Captain Fantastic.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, he's a captain.
I've got some captains of teams that are at the Euros. I've got some
this.
related questions to those players. So I'm going to get the coin of destiny, which you've only used twice, so it's not really the coin of destiny.
Okay.
Right, Michael, heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads. Would you like to go first or second?
I'd like to go first, please.
First.
Chris?
Okay. So, the captain of the captain of Czech Republic is Thomas Rosicky.
Yep.
Can you tell me when he was given the captaincy? The year, please.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. So what year are we in now? Thomas Rosicky. 20. Good start. Good start with. Right, okay. I'm gonna say he was gonna give it when he was 29, maybe, or 30. Oh, I'm gonna go for 2008.
Oh, it's 2006.
No,
You're close. Unlucky. Oh dear. What a shame.
That is a great shame.
So, Elias, your first question. These are going to have sort of the same sort of types of questions. So, Elias's first question, also about when a captain was given the captaincy. Northern Ireland captain Stephen Davis of Southampton was given the captaincy against Uruguay, but what year?
2011.
No, it's also 2006. You're both wrong.
2006? How old is he? I thought he was like 26.
No, I think he's 29, isn't he?
I'm googling it quickly.
Wait, what? Did you say in 2006?
Yes.
He was 19.
That's an cricketer.
Wait, I said when he was given the captaincy for the first time, yeah?
Yeah. Was he 19?
I definitely copied this off Wikipedia correctly.
Wikipedia is a reliable source, isn't it?
It is for me when I'm short on time.
No, it was. The youngest ever captain of Northern Ireland.
Yeah. With 1-0 loss, May 21st, 2006. May. What a month.
Oh, that is
how correct
19.
am I?
That was a tougher one than mine.
Can we not question me anymore?
No, I didn't question you. I think
all right.
You're always wrong, Phil.
Bonus point.
Am I? Hashtag Phil is always right. Get it trending. Right. Caps. We have two fantastic captains featuring at this Euros. One of Spain, one of Italy. Both goalkeepers, Iker Casillas and Gianluigi Buffon.
Have we got a guess?
Right, this is just Michael's question. Michael, who has more caps out of Casillas and Buffon? And if you give me, right, you get the point for if you guess who's got the most, and then you get a bonus point if you guess how many caps Casillas has got, and then a bonus point if you guess how many caps Buffon's got. So 3 points on offer here.
So is this all me? Is this all my question?
This is yours question.
So who has more? I'm guessing Buffon's been around longer, but I'm gonna go with Casillas.
Right. How many caps do you think Casillas and Buffon have got?
Is it close?
Not just
okay, right. All right, okay. No, I'll go with Casillas 180.
Right.
And Buffon 168.
Well, Casillas does have more caps, so you get the point there.
Yes!
Casillas only has 167. Buffon has 161.
I was one off for the other way.
You were one off with the wrong person.
Wait, how many did Buffon have?
161, so you're 7 off with Buffon.
Oh.
The thing with Casillas, obviously, he wasn't he 19 when he made his debut for Spain? So, yeah. So, Elias, your second question, also a comparison one, and if you get me the numbers, I'll give you a bonus point.
Okay.
Or 2, if you get both right. So, captain of Poland is Robert Lewandowski, and his Bayern Munich teammate is Thomas Muller. But can you tell me who has the most international goals and how many goals they have scored?
That is a hard one. Because...
Just gonna have another suck of my drumstick.
Wow. So Muller has played for how many years? He's played in 2 World Cups.
Two
Okay.
Worlds.
Okay.
Wow.
I know Lewandowski has played since like 2009, 2008, something like that. I'm gonna say that Lewandowski has more goals.
Okay. How many do you think Lewandowski and Muller have?
I'm gonna say Lewandowski has 36.
Okay.
And Muller's got close 32.
Oh, you almost had it perfect.
What?
Lewandowski has got more. Lewandowski has 35 goals scored.
Oh my!
So one off. But Muller does have 32, so you do get that second one.
What? Oh my
Brilliant.
god!
Fantastic. It's a great one.
As if he nearly got another point for that as well.
Jesus Christ!
Michael, an easy one for you.
Oh,
Iceland
and don't
captain
say-
Aaron Gunnarsson. Spell it.
No.
Spell Aaron Gunnarsson.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay.
First
I'm gonna,
name as well.
God, I can't type it out as I'm going. So G.
That's
First name.
Yes.
No,
Aaron
come
Gunnarsson.
on.
No,
That's unfair.
sorry. Well, the second name is easy.
Is it? I don't think it's easy. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go last name first.
I'll tell you what. There's a point for each name.
Okay. How is the last name easy?
It is easy.
Go on,
G-U-N-N-A-R-R-S-S-O-N.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. There's only one R.
Yes.
First name.
No.
Aaron. Can you spell Aaron for the bonus point?
I don't know how it would be spelt in Icelandic.
Well, give it a go.
A. I don't know whether to go with another A or not. I'm not sure how Icelandic people work.
Probably the same as every other human, to be honest.
A-R-O-N.
Wait, so how are you spelling it? 2 A's or 1?
I don't know. You take your pick.
No,
I'll
spell it again. from the
decide
start.
afterwards. Okay.
No, spell it again from the start.
Oh, I don't know where to go.
Just do it. Spell the name. Jesus.
I don't know whether to go with 2 A's or not. I'm going to go with A-R-O-N.
It's just
No, it's
one
not
A.
one.
It's
Oh,
one A.
no.
Oh my goodness. Right, Elias. As I offered Michael a bonus point, I'll give you a bonus point. Ashley Williams has played for Swansea pretty much his whole career, but he played for 2 clubs before that.
What?
If you get either of the clubs he played at before Swansea, I'll give you a point for each one. There's only 2.
I have no idea. I
don't even think you've heard of these teams, not gonna lie.
How is that a bonus point for me then? I don't know. I don't know any Welsh clubs.
Neither of them are Welsh.
Okay.
Whoa, come on.
That's the
Come
clue.
on.
No,
Michael, I didn't
Michael,
get to-
they are very difficult.
Like,
I
He
think
played
I
for
know
one between 2001
I think I-
2003. He played for the other between 2003 and 2008.
I think I know one of them though, so I don't think it's that difficult.
he's not a youth product of some team. Like,
Well, he's not even Welsh, so
okay. I'm gonna say Brighton.
no.
Okay.
And
Oh, I get 2 picks.
you get 2.
Kidderminster Harriers.
No, it's close. It's close.
Really?
You've
Wait,
got
it's West Brom. It's
Hednesford
West Brom,
Town
right?
and Stockport County.
I swear he came from West Brom.
No.
I'm going to
Think
check
about James
that.
Chester.
I don't see why I'd think of James Chester in the same sentence. as
Okay,
Ashley Williams.
Michael.
Go on.
A chance. I don't know how to do this. I don't know whether to give Michael 2 points if he's right, and then give Elias a chance of winning 2 points in his last question, because there's 2 answers to Elias's question. But I think this is going to be. I think I'm going to give you 1 point, Michael, if you get this right.
So I lost.
Wayne Rooney, England's captain, Wayne Rooney, before he played for England, was eligible to play for another country. Can you tell me the country?
Wayne Rooney. Oh, I was hoping you were going to say like Ross Barkley or something.
He's not an England captain.
Yeah,
He's
but
not a captain. The game's called Captain Fantastic.
I'm guessing it's going to be like.
Nigeria.
I'm guessing it's going to just be like Ireland. As in, do I go with Northern or Southern? Oh, sorry, Republic of.
Ooh.
I'll go
That's fast.
Republic of Ireland.
Republic of Ireland is correct.
Yes.
So Michael is level. Elias, you just need to give me one of these nations.
Yeah.
Loris Cerna, captain of Albania, has held 3 passports in his life. Not in total, but 3 different countries. One of which is Albania, who he plays for. but he's eligible to play for the other two. Can you tell me one of the two nations for a point?
Kosovo.
You're going with Kosovo.
Yeah.
Incorrect, I'm afraid.
He can play for Kosovo, though.
Can he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't eligible.
Well, Yugoslavia, I don't know.
Has he? He hasn't held. No, it's Switzerland or France.
What?
He hasn't held. I don't think he's held a Kosovo passport. Also, I don't think he was eligible to play for them before, obviously Albania, because he can't really move countries. So yeah, so it's 2-2. Amazing. So we're going to our first ever tiebreaker.
We managed 2 points from all that.
Yeah, you're both pretty bad. So you got your tiebreaker question. Big one. The big question.
I'm nervous.
Portugal's captain.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you how many goals he scored, and whoever gets closest wins. But I am going to flip
in
a
his
coin
lifetime, or
for Portugal.
oh,
So I'm going to flip a coin. Elias, as you answered last. Well, as I asked Michael who goes first at the start, I'll give Elias the chance to guess heads or tails. Elias, heads or tails?
Tails.
It's tails. Do you want to go first or second with your guess of how many goals Ronaldo has scored?
no, why? Oh, come on.
Okay, interesting. Michael, how many goals has Cristiano Ronaldo scored for Portugal?
Right, let's work this out. So,
He says typing on his phone.
Yeah.
but my hands are free. I'll clap my hands throughout it. Ronaldo is 30, so probably has
31.
been. Thank you for the help. Has probably played for Portugal for like 11 years. So probably averages. I'm gonna go with he probably averages 5 goals a year for him. I'll go with 55.
Okay, 55. Elias?
That seems like quite a lot. I regret that. Okay.
I know the answer to this. So...
Oh, wow.
Oh, come on.
Wait, why didn't you go first then?
Yeah.
Because I
why
wanted
didn't
to
you
see
just
what
go
Michael
first?
wanted to say.
Just slap it down on the table.
Yeah. Because the Swedish TV squad went through this yesterday, and I know it's 60 goals.
It's
it's
60 goals
close!
on the button.
Oh, so close.
The only problem with that, Michael, is you know what's funny? You said 5 a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that Ronaldo was selected for Euro 2004.
I would have been right.
You would have been right by your technique. You would have literally been right. Unbelievable.
You know, this is all fixed.
I actually feel like I had a good week and I've lost this week.
Yeah.
You've lost the entire week, not just in the mixers, just the entire week.
I lost the week. It's only Monday, but I've lost the week now.
I'm
disappointed. I think that's the best. That's the closest we've had game wise.
Yeah. So it's 4-3 to Elias.
Congratulations, Elias. I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
Well done for getting the who was it that you got right? Was it Muller's goal?
The Muller goals, yeah.
Yeah,
Very good,
well done
very good,
for
to be
getting
fair.
that right.
Would you like to know how many? Obviously, Lewandowski scored 35 and Muller 32. Would you like to know how many games both of those have played?
Can I get a point if I guess them?
No.
I think it's around the same because they played. I think they played. Well, Lewandowski has played since 2008. I know that. Muller played in 2006, didn't he? In the World Cup. I think he scored in Sweden.
2010, I think, was his first World Cup.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he scored in Sweden at least. I know that. Twice.
And
I'm gonna say around 85 games, 86, something like that.
Well,
I'm gonna
Lewandowski's...
go with
sorry,
103.
103, Muller?
Oh, no.
Not now.
I just realised that's a lot since...
Anyway, this is pointless. Basically,
92.
Lewandowski scored 35 in 81.
Oh,
Muller 32 in 76.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Really
So I think that's quite similar conversion rates,
Yeah.
really. Yeah. So, another episode of In the Mixer is done. Thank God that's over with. Like we
Don't
said,
say that.
What?
What do you mean? Don't say that.
Yeah.
We
Are you
should be
gonna-
happy.
Are you going to thank me like the last episode?
Oh, no. No.
Oh,
If- no.
I
I
enjoyed
won last week. I've lost this week.
Elias, are you going to thank me?
No, because you still got Dario Sana wrong.
Yeah, but he's still...
He's still bitter over it. You wouldn't have got it right. Yeah, the thing is, right, I listened back to that, and you would have won it if you didn't say there was 0 penalties at Euro 2016.
I know, because your questions are bad.
But you even though you even though you had an idea of what the question was, you still got it completely wrong. Even if the question I asked was the one you were thinking of. Brilliant. Love it.
Thank you for listening to this episode of
I'll do the
Mix
outros, thank you very much.
Sorry, host.
Oh, you'll be out.
Tro.
I'll throw you out.
Oh, that's great. Like Roy Hodgson was.
Okay, so say goodbye, ladies and gents. No, not ladies.
Goodbye, ladies and
men.
gents.
Men.
Goodbye, Len. Men. Bye, men.
Elias, you want to say goodbye?
Yeah. But not to you.
Okay, I'll tell my wife.
But usually that's followed up with a goodbye.
This is the longest outro, we should just end.
Yes, yeah, we should just end. So, like Roy Hodgson and Nigel Farage, we're gone. See you later. Bye.